What's up, Twitter? If you're live, welcome back. Kind of changing the scheduling today. I thought we'll be doing this a little bit later, but we'll do it earlier because that's the time I have. I'm in a new place right now. Back in Noida, in a pretty old hotel right here. They gave me this ridiculous key that's like huge, like bigger than my cell phone. It's ridiculous. But yeah, we'll do this. And basically, I wanted to go today to the charts. Like I do every Monday, I went a little bit to the chart before myself. But I want to share with you what I'm looking at, and especially today, how to look at support and resistance areas, how to spot them, how to draw them. I'll give you like 3 tricks, and we'll do an example together on that chart. If you're joining me live today, comment below in the chat. Let me be watching this live. I would highly appreciate. And we'll get started with that right away after. I see we have a couple people tuning in right now. It's awesome. Welcome, guys. Perfect. All right, so we're gonna start to go through the charts right away, I think, so we don't waste too much time on that. And basically, I do this like every Monday, except I didn't do it last week. But it's really important for you guys to have a review process when you start the week. Things that you look for, and do the same thing all the time. The same review process all the time. That's really crucial. So let me show my screen over here. Been a while the news hangout for some reason, so it's really buggy. You guys can in the chat if you can see this this chart right here or not. I'm kind of confused now. I'm not sure why it does this. I'll have my cell phone open for you comments, of course, on the chat. But this is going to be awesome. Perfect. I see the chart. Should be a good thing. All right, so guys, I want to go to some different charts, and I've like flagged the ones that I want to shoot today because the other ones are not doing much for the week. And we'll do only the important stuff, only what's required, only what you're gonna be getting the best result with. So EURICAD, this pair is at the support at the resistance area at 0.97. Okay, it's been a pretty tough week last week, pretty big down move. This is where you look for like your bearish shit up on the Bollinger Band. Okay, the ones I look for. If you want to know what I trade exactly, there's a bunch of videos on that on the channel. We can go watch them one by one. There's plenty of them. But basically, I would look for bearish setup at this resistance area here. Look how price in the past like pushed above when it touches the same level, right? So with 97. Now we're coming back, breaking this support, turning to a resistance area. You look for bearish setup at perfect zone. Now, since price went back pretty strongly last week, or went down pretty strongly last week, we have to be careful. We say, well, do we still look for setup or not? In my case, I still do, but I look for more the continuation trade, like a continuation of the first move. Price moving further in my direction. So what you do is you have to wait for price to hit the upper band of the Bollinger Band. Like here, I think the upper band, so over here, it's gonna take a while. And here's at the upper band, but price action is like really slow right now. So you would wait for that, and then you can look for your bearish setup at the top of the Bollinger Band, okay? And by the way, I should announce this now. We're preparing a course on how to trade my strategy, like step by step, video by video. It's probably going to be free, but it's going to be cool. If you're interested, if you'd like to see it, put a comment or write in the chat, and that will know that you want to see this. But the course should be ready pretty soon, and it's free. So awesome. This live, I would appreciate it. And let me know where you're joining from. That's always cool to know. So that's why EURICAD is flagged on my chart. This is why now. Here's an interesting one. Hope it's not too lagging because my internet's like kind of slow a little bit, so hopefully it's pretty good. LDHPY is this one. I flagged it just because I want to show you, but this is something I will not trade this week. Yeah, so look at how price behaved. It went down, and we'll do a few examples after, like how to spot the zones and stuff. It's going to be in a moment. But so it went up to 89, came back down to 82, 89, 82. And then here price actions kind of started to consolidate a little bit. Went below, which is where we look for the opposite trade, of course. Now pushed above here. We had a bearish signal right there. And then pushed above, right? So it's kind of messy. This is where I kind of stopped trading. It's like too messy for me. Okay, too complicated to trade. We did have a setup over here, which was in accordance to the resistance area here on the weekly chart, here on the 1 hour chart. But this is something I would have traded because we entered beyond the middle band. So for me, not good to enter. Okay, we have no room for profit. So we would enter middle here, stop loss above the high. You don't get much room for profit. You have to do like 2-to-1. That would end up like way below here. So not a good trade, in my opinion. But if you want to trade those, you could trade those. Just add more confidence factors, and that will help. That will help quite a lot. Okay. So yeah. Awesome, guys. So yeah, so this is a pair I would not trade this week. I'll flag it right away, and we'll move on to AD and ZD. Why is this so slow? It's crazy. It used to be fast like 2 minutes ago. Insane. Okay, LD is ZD. This first approaching a support area at 1.04. Pretty good support, like we've been busting here a lot of times in the past. And I like especially how price is coming back kind of like strongly, like not too slow, not too fast. It's like if price is like too slow, like we see over here, it's less likely to bounce, right? It might take more time to bounce. So you would enter here, you get stepped out here. So not a good place. But when price comes back more like in a straight manner, that in my opinion is a better way to trade. Okay, better sense of price action. And usually the buyers are going to step in and move the price up. In my experience, my opinion. But of course, you trade whatever you want to trade. That's up to you, and you do whatever you want to do. Okay, of course. But when price hits this lower band here, I'll look at Bollinger Band setups on the lower time frame, the 1 hour chart, the forward chart, and I look for these engulfing candle at these breaks of Bollinger Band, enter above the high of the engulfing candle, and stop loss below the low, and reward to risk in my case of 3-to-1. Okay, with the partial profit, of course, as always. So that's how I would trade it. LEZ, we don't have to look at this because that's pretty boring. CAD-CHF is reaching its support area at 0.74, and that's where you can look for bullish setup with the Bollinger Band. So cool thing is that price is near the lower Bollinger Band. Guess that's really good. The only thing we're missing now, take the pen, is the engulfing candle right here. Okay, so if you have an engulfing candle like this, a bullish one, then you will enter above the high, put your stop loss, and this is only what I do, but you can do something different. You're responsible for whatever you trade. You want to enter above the high, stop loss below the low, and you are at risk of 3-to-1. Okay, so could count that, and then I will take partial profit myself at 1-to-1. Okay, something of that sort that I would be looking for trading. Okay, that's for CAD-CHF. Now we need to see the engulfing candle on the middle band, because that's not really reliable. Okay, there's a few rules which we talk about in other videos, but in an overview, that's about it. Okay, and same thing goes on a 1 hour chart. So now it's near the lower band. You wait to enter when it breaks, then engulfing candle. That's your setup right there. But this is really important to look at it because it's like near a support area, or it's bounced a few times in the past. All right. Let's take a look at EuroCAD for now. EuroCAD is here. What? Yeah, this one is. Yeah, EuroCAD. There we go. EuroCAD is at a support area, but look how tight and like messy this is. At a support area at 1.50 in round number, but we don't really have. Price is about to reach this area here at 1.55. So not much room for trades, unless you look on like lower time frame, like 1 hour chart might be fine. But here you kind of already pushed above the support. So I would, at this point now, look more for bearish trades. Okay, when it gets to 1.55. We're still a little bit far. Still like, what, 300 pip, 250 pip. So a bit of a move, but we'll wait for this level, in my opinion, okay? Because for now, I don't really like how it's behaving for this point. GBP is reaching a resistance area at 0.91. So right here went reverse in the past, and it's where you look for bearish trades. Okay, and it looks like prices shoot pretty strongly above. So we had this. This is a pretty big wick. The only thing we're missing here at this point, some people could trade that. Some people like to trade these things, these kind of doji or whatever. I prefer to look for the engulfing candle after. So let's say price was to do a bearish candle over here. Okay, and that's really messy. I'm not sure what's messy that way, but anyway, I often kind of over here and target below the low, stop loss above the high. This is what I would trade for myself. Okay, and take profit 2 to 1, or reward to risk. So 3 times that amount, and it will be something like here. So that's pretty good. Now, price at this level, so you can look for trades right now. In my opinion, okay, of course, my opinion as always, but that's what I'll look for myself. Something on 1 hour chart, of course. USD is a little bit messy, but I think this pair, like, this is only my feeling because I can't really rely on data for this, but I feel like it's gonna break below over here, and we'll have to look for the next zone because for now it's like really tight, not moving much, no big move, nothing. Okay, so compared to here, it's a whole different story there where we are now. So I'll wait for this pair. I won't really trade it for this week, but I want to show you just kind of a different thing and we'll talk about in the past few weeks, and you have to be careful with this. Okay, so for me, I'll step away for now. Unless we kind of see some bigger moves soon, but I would doubt it for now. Okay. You guys can let me know your thoughts on this. Like, if you have any different thoughts on whatever I show you, comment in the chat, let me know. I'll be sure to help and answer your question, of course. And I know we have Naib from Colombia. That's awesome. Welcome, Naib. Next pair is GBP CHF. Ralph, what's up? GBP CHF is not loading. That's crazy, guys. I'm not sure why this is like so slow because I did a test before, like a Wi-Fi speed test. It used to be like, well, the stats were good, but that's in theory. So in practice, it's different. I don't know why. So GBP-CHF, it's close to a support area at 1.22. Good place to look for bullish setup. We're not there yet. We're kind of 100, like 200 something pip above. But when it gets to 1.22, I'll look for bullish trades on this pair. I've flagged it a little bit earlier because I want to be careful and pay attention. And keep in mind, guys, like when you know these zones, put them on notebook, put them on your cell phone somewhere. You should always have them with you. Because like if you see a trade, especially with our trading assistant we have, where you get alerts for your trades, you need to be ready to like take the trades right now and not have to kind of go back on your chart and waste time. Because that's not productive and that's how you make errors. So have them noted somewhere and take the trades when you need to take the trades, right? It's going to be easier that way. So yeah, bullish up on this pair. NZD CAD is the next one. NZD CAD is right now at the resistance area, okay? And I think I want to show you in this pair, I'll actually kind of remove all the drawings. And I want to show you how we do the zones, how we spot them, okay? How we draw them, and everything in between. So we'll remove all the drawing tools. And I've got 3 tricks on how to do this. Okay, we've done this before, so they might not be new, but they work, these tricks. I always go to weekly chart, okay? I'll just start with that. Trick number 1 is I have this thing here, this indicator called pivot high low. Okay, you can search that on the indicator box over here. Okay, pivot high low, type pivot. You go pivot, and you get here pivot high low. You put that in your chart, and I just use like whatever 10, 10. But this is gonna allow you to kind of see the price highs and lows. Okay, so it's kind of easier for your eyes to spot the levels. Okay, and whenever you see like multiple tags at the same level, that's a good support or good resistance area. Okay, so I'll just put this one here. I'll put one over here, and I like to put them as like round numbers. So 0.96, 0.96, right? So together 1.7 something. And here we have a couple also. 0.86 too. You can put 0.86. Doesn't make a big difference. And that's where your mind can remember better. Your brain's gonna be better to kind of keep track of them. And for me, that's a really good thing. Okay, now we have like the 2 main ones. We can go back in time if you want, but I prefer like just look at what we have now. But whatever you prefer, you can do it. So yeah, and then the other thing you can do is that if this is too hard for you to do, well, you can't see the highs and the lows better. I'll remove you. And to not like not like this one that much, but it could work for you. It could be a helpful thing if you want to try it out. But for me, it doesn't really help. I prefer just the candlestick, whatever you prefer. Now, the other thing I'll do is that now we have these highs and lows. I'll look at the intermediate zone, so zones between the big zones. Because like if you wait for trades over here, it's gonna take a while. It's gonna be a long time, right? Because like this is what? This is 85 and 96. It's like 1,000 pip difference, pretty much. So it's gonna take a long time to reach. Just this is like been a couple of weeks, like probably 10 weeks or something. So you don't want to do that. Wait for your big levels. So what I'll do is and we're still on the weekly chart, right? So we have some rooms to put some more lines. What I'll do is I'll look at the zones in between the zones. And those we can look at this over here. Do it high-low if you want. But I just spot them myself. I don't know how to spot them. One here is here, like we have these touches here in the past, this touch, and over here again. Okay. Put it at the round number. 0.92. Okay. Kind of round to the nearest number. And that is about it for this pair. Okay, there's not much. We can go lower and stuff and put some lines, but for now it's not really necessary. Like we have the main ones, okay? And you'll notice that now price is at the resistance area at 0.92. So good place to look for bearish trades. Because we've been bullish here, okay, ranging here, breaking below the low, coming or breaking below this the low here, coming back to retest, going a little bit above, coming back, retest again, coming back, and retest again, okay? So that's where you look for your bearish trades. And then I like to add kind of a small box, which I'm looking for. Where's the box? Put the box. And I'll put like a box over here just to kind of notify me of this is a good area to look at trades, okay? Yeah, that's how I do it. That's pretty simple. If you have any question on this combo, and let me know, but that should be pretty straightforward and simple, okay? So you look for bearish trades there, and then you can look for yourself on the lower time frame. All right, and I think they should sync up with like the zones you've put in and stuff on this time frame. Okay, so that's it. The next pair we'll look at is USD CAD, which is not yet the zone, but kind of reaching its own resistance area at 1.35. So it's not kind of there yet, but when it's there, you can look for bearish up on the Bollinger Band on the lower time frame. Okay, it's a place we've bounced a lot of times in the past too. We waited some time to reach this level, but now we're there almost, and that's going to be where I look for bearish trades for myself. Okay, and same with USDJPY. It's also near the 1.114 area where you can look for bearish trades. Not as reliable because we kind of have been bouncing a lot and not moving too much, but if it kind of breaks out and pushes to this level, then does a nice engulfing candle at the Bollinger Band, I'll take a trade for sure. That's a good place, okay? And that's about it for the pair. So guys, if you have any question, I'll go back on the video mode and I can answer your question, or maybe stay in the chart and answer your question. Awesome. So we have Roy, we have the Dane824, it's awesome. Tobela from Cape Town, Denmark. Awesome. Perfect. Awesome, guys. And by the way, if you want to have a kind of shortcut or way to simplify things, I have the trading assistant link below. It's going to help you out to kind of get notification for these trades I trade. We can also customize it for you if you have a strategy you know yourself and you want to trade. You can arrange this for you so you still get alerts for that. But it's going to be linked below. So if you want to check it out, check it out. And this is what I do like every day. I use that all the time. And basically, you get alerts on your phone when they happen on the market. So much easier to not miss trades, and it just makes it better, in my opinion. You cannot I couldn't trade with that now since I started using it. So that's maybe a link below, the first link, I think. Yeah. So Richard, awesome. If you guys have any question, I'll stay here for like a few minutes more. But I feel like I gotta go explore. I have some things to do today and some work to do, of course. Let me stop this. It's kind of annoying. All right, and we'll do that. It might be lagging. I'm not sure. So it's pretty. Yeah. It's been a tough one. I checked the internet before, and the Wi-Fi was like really good. So. Maz asked, it's in how many? He says on average, how much percent does your strategy return per month? I did a video about that. I think it was yesterday. No, 2 days ago, about the auto trades, the system that's kind of running and taking all the trades. Go watch this. That's kind of the average, and you'll get a good idea of like what it returns. That's pretty much the average I get. So I suppose that. So that was kind of an average month. So not a like really good month, not a bad month, but kind of an average month. So you can watch. It's gonna be helpful. That's from Maz. Richard joined late. Yeah, no problem. All right. Job says, are you looking now at your USD and GPUSD? We said this earlier. I should go back on my chart just to verify. But your USD no, and GPUSD no. Okay. Because they're both outside levels. So I won't look at them this week. I won't trade them. We had such a as a trading assistant, improve your win rate. Definitely, yes, definitely improve my win rate. And I know like time will tell because I've been using this for like what 3-4 months now. Yeah, 3-4 months. So it's gonna take time to kind of see a big difference. But it's just the peace of mind, the time I don't waste looking in the chart. That has improved a lot. That's awesome. And especially now I can like just go throughout my day and have fun and stuff, or work if I want. And then it's gonna send me alerts when I need to look at the chart. So that just helps a lot to save time on that. So that's guys, I'll finish this here for today because there's no more question, I believe. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you always once again. And if you can help in any way, comment in the chat or in the comment box. I'll be sure to help. And I'll catch you back here tomorrow for another video. All right, ciao.